Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're back for season 2 of Against the Stars, a Burn Bryte campaign co-produced with Roll20.
Hey.
Look at all our faces.
Bow, bow,
We're
bow,
back here again.
bow.
So excited to be back here, to be embarking back onto a journey in the Alaxis Galaxy with my wonderful friends, and doing it for charity too. It's great. We're awesome. Yeah, before we dive into a little bit of a recap and getting into the story itself, we've got a few channel things to go over first. First off, again, like we said, we're co-produced with Roll20. They are a virtual tabletop of choice. We love them very much. We appreciate all of the support they have shown us as partners in this production, and also just part of the Roll20 Spotlight program. They're great. They're wonderful. Please go check them out, and you can use our code to sign up for that. As part of being with Roll20 here, instead of taking donations like we normally do, we are part of the Tiltify campaign to support Code 2040. If you don't know, Code 2040 is a nonprofit that equips Black and Latinx technologists and their allies with the tools, connection, and care that they need to advocate for and achieve racial equity in the industry. They're a really awesome organization. We're really excited to be supporting them. Last season, we raised $450 for them, which is incredible. So we've got a new campaign for this new season. So please go check out that link. As part of this, every $50 that is donated will add a complication to the story, which I get to put in and decide what to do to, twist the story a little bit. You could do whatever's going on. And at every $100, we get to give away a Burn Bryte bundle where you can play Burn Bryte yourself. You'll get basically everything that you need to start playing and a starter adventure. So you're good to go. It's great. We love it, obviously. And Roll20 is the only place to get it. So go check that out. But if you do want to, if you aren't able to support through money, or if you just want to share the word about the stream, we do have a social goal. Basically, at 15 retweets of our going live tweet every week, we unlock a weekly faction poll. Basically, what this does is that means you, on Twitter, can vote on which faction is moving forward in their own schemes, because there's a lot of them. And they're all planning stuff, doing stuff in the background. Sometimes they'll have impact and all that good stuff on our campaign. So please go and check that out. Retweet, shout out about this campaign. If you do want to support us as a channel, though, all the money goes directly into upkeep, like this wonderful character art and overlay that's around us, or using the software that we use. All that, upkeep stuff. We do have a couple of sponsors. We've got Dice Envy and Grinding Coffee Co. If you're here, you probably like coffee or you like dice. So go check out our affiliate links there. They'll pop up in chat at some point. And you get some money off if you use our codes and stuff. So go check that out. And last but not least, we here at Salt Sweet Games use safety tools because we believe that no matter what's happening in the story or to the characters, we want the player to be having fun. We've also got some content warnings, which y'all can check out with !CW to see, what kind of things to expect in our episodes. So that way you can keep yourself informed and safe, and we'll keep informed and safe as to what's going on. It's been a hot second, everyone. I think my spiel is done. So let's go around, say hello to all of our wonderful people. Tell us who they are, who they're playing, and what they're looking forward to for this next season. Because, season 2 is incredible. Let's go over first to Lauren.
Hi everyone. It's Lauren. I am the salty of this channel, and I am that salty ginger over on Twitter. Today I'm playing Vala Celebralta, who's an Olron, so basically a strong crystal person. She uses she, her, as do I.
Hell yeah. And you ended last season with a smooch.
I
So, like,
did. I did.
on brand.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true. Let's go over now to Jess. Hello, Jess.
Hello, it's me. My name is Jess. My pronouns are she and they, and I am playing Woolala Oodles Neezelest Lemo, your favorite yellow floofy glean, of course. Whose pronouns are they, them, who ended last season feeling very, very sad for an omnipresent being, who has made a tiny, mini, not quite omnipresent being friend. And is very, very excited for more science and space and adventures.
Yeah. All right. Let's go over to Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam, and my pronouns are they and she, and I'm playing that's one flex per game, right? Sele Vandal, whose full name is Eronze Amien Davi Azil Sele Vandal Zaiv, because Enos have long names, and they're a cat person in a three-piece suit, and they have a girlfriend now.
Have we had that talk?
I
don't think we've had that.
We'll
find out. Girlfriend? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
Girlfriend in bracket. Hopefully.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
And now we've got B. Hello, B.
Hello, hello. I am Zelda, and I am joining you all playing your captain, Zevzo. That's my whole name, captain of this ship. I've had a lot of emotional changes where, it's not just about money, not just about how you make money or how you steal money, how you borrow money or how you take money. All very, very different things, but it's about what you do with that money, and it can be put to good things and yourself, but good things that aren't just yourself. And that is our captain of the Wicked Wallabean. They're going through a lot of mental changes this time around.
All the 100,000 bugs are having a existential crisis.
All of them, except for like one or two who are pretty content being malicious all the time, but you gotta have some parts of you that aren't, up to par.
Incredible. And yeah, I'm Kienna. I am the Swede of this channel, and I am the GM for this campaign. My pronouns are she and they, and I play basically everything else in the Alaxis Galaxy that isn't the players, and the Alaxis Galaxy itself, maybe. Who knows? So let's get a little bit of if this is your first time here. Great, awesome. You don't need to know what really happened last time. We're starting off with a new chapter in the story with the same crew, but I'll do a quick recap anyways, as we'll see some reoccurring stuff happening probably. So, last season, what started off as a simple job to collect plasma for an inventor in debt to the Wesh Overguild quickly entangles the crew of the Wicked Wallaby in the schemes of several factions across the Alaxis Galaxy. From casino ships to the abodes of eccentric collectors, our intrepid spacefarers traveled through the Ghost Belt and invaded the Daylight Cult, established a working relationship with the Order of Heroes, made friends with a legendary being, and slowly sold off the components of a powerful transportation device to avoid letting it fall into the Wesh Overguild hands, namely the Wesh Overguild boss by the name of Yartar Elson. As eventually their journeys returned back to where they started on the planet of Cyprit, the crew rescued the indebted inventor and her family, who had all been forced into working in a strange abandoned mine by the Wesh Overguild. And as the crew delved deeper, they found a plasma well, basically the oil of this world that gives life to technology and magic. Alongside an omniscient named Arlaxi, a godlike being from an age long past, who imparted knowledge of what she knows about the nature of the burn, the strange thing that has been slowly consuming the galaxy and has been encroaching upon the last bits of what the Alaxis Galaxy is, a small enough area that you could travel across in a few weeks at most. And they received this information through Eva, their Fiancé companion, who has now joined the crew. And our new chapter of our story begins with a bit of a time skip. We have jumped ahead a couple months. The crew has finished up their business on Cyprit. They, with the help of the Order of the Heroes, have managed to relocate the Lamerick, the inventor, as well as her family, to another safer location that wasn't on a planet right about to be consumed by the burn, which is great. That's awesome. We love that for them. But it's been a couple of months, and, you know, trying to be good is a good thing. It's trying to be moral is probably the best thing. Unfortunately, trying to be good doesn't always pay the bills. That's the unfortunate truth here. And so, you know, you've had quite a bit of savings in your accounts, and you're able to coast by. But a job's a job, and, you know, urgent is urgent. Sometimes you just got to take them. And so we find our crew a couple months from the end of last season on their way in the Wicked Wallaby, their ship, towards a planet within the Marthon system. This is not Marthon planet itself, which is the titular planet of the system, but one that's within you know, that small system, just a little bit away from it, closer to the edge, and therefore a little bit closer to the edge of the mid-belt. And this job in particular came from the Order of Heroes, actually, through your contact there, Eldania Holodarsha, the Alvan scientist.
Like us.
Eldania Holodarsha, you say?
Yes, Eldania Holodarsha. Basically, they had ended up calling you and asked for a favor in some form. Of course, paying this it would be a job, but, you know, considering that you'd already have a pretty established working relationship at this point, you managed to help them by reacquiring a plasma ghost scientist of theirs, and they had therefore helped you with the saving of Lamerick and her family. You know, there's a bit of trust there to get things done. And what they have told you is that a group of people have been taken hostage by the Daylight Cult, and have been. They were this group of people, especially, were coming from. Were on a transport ship, moving from Marthong outwards, to do the very restricted amount of trade of Kala, which is the magic conducting metal that's only found on Marthong. Very limited amounts, very controlled by the Ulvans who live on Marthong, and so clearly this is a pretty big deal if this transport ship with civilians and maybe a couple of other more important people. The Order of Heroes didn't have much else information. They did know that one of their own scientists was on that ship, and they need them back. And so you've been given this location, this planet that's in the Marthon system, and they don't have much information. They know that they can't go, as much as they have power, they can't just go strolling into this place. The Marthon people are very, how do you say, protective of their system? Protective of the resources that are there. And you're also bordering against the Carabel asteroid belt, which is also a very well-known high-tension area, as this is an area where there are resources, and it's not under anyone's jurisdiction, and therefore everyone wants claim to it. And so there's a lot of skirmishes that happen within that space as well. So the Order of Heroes, as much as they would like to go into there, cannot. And so they've asked you. And so, as we get back onto the Wicked Wallaby, as we get back inside, what exactly have y'all been up to for 2 months? Just vibing, just chatting. You've got Eva now, the fiancé, who, after having the little mind meld with Arlaxi, kind of fell unconscious for a while. There's a lot, and when she did wake up, she says that she can only access things in fragments right now, considering that Arlaxi's memories are thousands of years old, and Eva, in her time frame, is about a teenager, and so it's a lot. There's a lot of information going on. What she does have at the most forefront of her forefront of her mind, because this is the last thing that Arlaxi gave to her, was that the burn is sentient in some form, similar to how Zevzo is a hive mind of many minds. So it appeared to be the burn. It doesn't have the same level of cognition, but it is many into one. And I believe Willella and Zevzo got a little taste of that through the mind abilities of Arlaxi, and being able to share the chorus of voices that you heard. This almost burning sensation in your mind that says simply the word hungry. As well, she has a very fragmented memory of how Arlaxi got there, and how she was one of the omniscients who had went into hibernation when instructed to avoid a world-ending scenario at first. And by the time she woke up, she had already been slowly turning into plasma. So, so she's able to kind of give this in like bits and pieces to you. But it's a lot. There's a lot in my head now.
Yeah, I can't imagine that's a lot. You should definitely like rest and like take some time, but then definitely also talk to me about it when you're ready, but only when you're ready. Definitely rest. Like, let's, Eva, what do you do to like chill out?
I sleep.
That sounds good. That sounds really nice. I mean, I've got some nice, for different experiments and things, I have a few different types of light and things. Would you like to sit in light spots by any chance? And like, I have some infrared, I have some ultraviolet, I have like a few different types. If you'd like a nice like warm spot to just like rest. Or if you prefer cold, I don't know your entire bodily structure. I haven't scanned you as much as I've scanned everyone else on this ship yet. So, if you'd like, we could find you whatever's comfiest for you.
Okay. And I think, Eva, this, again, strange kind of mix of slug-like, dragonfly-like cat creature.
Slug dragon cat.
Yeah, she's a slug dragon cat, basically. I think it's just her natural state now to just curl on top of your head.
Yeah.
Like this is just how it is now.
We're toxic buddies.
Yeah. only Walala can touch.
Mm.
I've made like a back scratcher, but it's for petting. It's for everyone else.
It's for everyone else to pet her.
To pet Eva, so that if anyone else wants to express affection and or appreciation for Eva, they can use the Eva scratcher.
Incredible. I love that. So basically mechanically what I'm saying here for Eva is that if something comes up that brings up a memory, she will tell you.
Awesome.
But she cannot do things upon immediate
Request.
because there is so much.
Yeah. So like Walala's not pushing, but they are like occasionally just like looking in on her like, how you doing? Like,
Hello.
how's it going? How you feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you'll be able to tell over the couple of months that like if you bring up certain things or if you show her certain things, she will be able to kind of start recalling stuff. But it's a lot. Having 1,000 years of memories put into your brain is a lot.
Yeah, I don't even like having as many years as I have, so I can like just imagine.
Oh yeah, and there's also Max, your MI of the ship. In your last upgrade of the Wicked Wallaby, you've given them a physical form, in the ship. They used to just have a physical form in MI space, which is like the strange pocket dimension where they exist. But now they have a physical form in the real ship.
Zevzo has been spending a lot of time with Max, which is kind of like unprecedented, Their relationship with Max up until this point was, we watch you pilot the ship and we go look at guns. But now, Zevzo, again, like the past couple of months, they've spent most of that time self-reflecting and harassing Max for validation. Like, are we personable? Do you think we possess qualities that would make us good conversationalists? Max, your silence is telling sometimes.
Yeah, there's this long moment. I believe that you have qualities that can make you good at conversations, but only when the topic is of interest to you, and usually your interests belong within getting money.
Oh, we are also very interested in pulls out a pocket full of grenades. Well, this one is a little new. We believe this one has an explosion radius that is a little bit larger than this one. And then we also have this one. When it explodes, there's also tiny bits of, well, we're not really sure what it is, but we believe it might be shrapnel. Are you still paying attention, Max?
I am always multitasking.
We find it hard to tell when your eyes just...
They really don't have facial features, too. Like, they have this, like, for those of us in out of character, very humanoid shape, which is very strange to the rest of the beings that exist in the Alaxis galaxy. And yeah, they're basically humanoid, but they don't have, like, very distinct facial features. And they kind of look like how do I describe it again? Like the super what you imagine like the 80s techno mapping of stuff, like the grid kind of situation, like kind of that vibe going on with them.
Perfect. Yeah. So I think probably on a daily basis, Zevzo, they do their maintenance with all the guns. They make sure everything's up to par. They go and like sit in front of the Argent and watch it growing from like the window. And then they go and see what Max is doing. And like, I want to say like pretty consistently, Max is trying to do something for the ships, whether it's making sure repairs, whether it's like looking at the cargo list to make sure what we have matches whatever is on our shipment. But Zevzo will spend like a good hour just like, do you think our eyes are very personable? Do you think that's why people we wonder about the best way to make contact and make actual lasting relationships where not just everybody we meet dies?
it is fairly hard to find out where your true eye contact is. You do have some form of eye indicator, but also you are 100,000 individuals, some of them which are on the outside, upon which it is difficult to decide which one to look at for most organic beings.
We have not considered this. We will go sit and stare in front of the Argent now and consider.
So this is a cycle that has been going on for a while.
Yeah.
And I think for the first few times, like, Max does engage pretty well, mostly because it's just like, what else am I supposed to do here? But over time, I think there's a manner of Max also learning how to interface with the physical world. There's been a few dropped dishes and stuff like that, as they just go, oh right, like, these things exist in real space and have consequences if I touch them in the wrong way.
I love
Yeah.
that. I like the idea they're also trying to figure out like spatial awareness.
Yep.
Like just like what amount of space does your body take
Yeah.
up that you need to figure out? Like when you fling your limbs, they will hit things.
Imagine never taking up
bouncing
physical
off.
space
Right?
and then suddenly taking up physical space. Try and
Something
wrap your
like
head around that.
Sitting in a chair would feel weird, you know?
Yeah.
Every
Max,
doorway is an obstacle course.
It's very confusing for them, but they are very stubborn and will not say that it's confusing for them.
I mean, Zevzo also doesn't ask. They really just want to talk about themselves. They're getting there, you know? I'm not quite there. It's too early still.
What's Vala been up to? What's been going on?
Oh, you know, making very much necessary, urgent changes to the ship. It's been very time consuming between that and, you know, polishing my crystal hair and working out a lot. So just been pretty busy. I gotta get to, you know, the engine, do stuff. Don't worry about it.
Are these actual tasks you have to do, or are you just making them up?
No, I mean, I do them. Did they really need to be done? Who knows?
Okay. Super cash.
Not avoiding anything at all.
No.
I'm very brave all the time.
Uh-huh.
I just realized what a hard time I'm giving web captioner with this voice.
Web capture's trying.
By the end of like our season finale, it'll like have finally figured out like all of our ways of speech, you know?
Mhm.
And what's Vandal up to then?
Waiting patiently for Vala to not be busy.
2
What does waiting
months.
patiently look like for Vandal?
I think it means walking like past like the door like every 30 minutes and just be like, oh, okay. And like going to do a task and then like walking back the other way and be like, okay.
Are you aware of this, Vala? Are you aware this is happening?
I'm not definitely waiting for them to tire themselves out and, you know, decide to give up and then sneaking off to the next area. I'm very quiet and definitely
yes.
not like 7 feet tall with big ol' hooves.
And made out of crystal.
hooves. Crystal hooves.
Against the metal.
It's just galloping.
Like, I imagine Vandal is like looking around doorways with like the big cat eyes. I mean, I don't have cat eyes, I have snake eyes, but you know what I mean. Like, the big pupils. Yeah, you know, have snake eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole time.
Surprise.
Surprise!
You know, just like leaning out, being like, oh, there she goes.
Eventually, I think you will probably catch me, though.
It's like, 2 months of this. I imagine at some point they gotta.
They have to. Eventually, right?
Sure.
You know, writing communiques to my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that's an interesting thing to bring up.
Yes.
Yeah, your mom. So you've finished up your paperwork with your mom. You've got your
We have a contract worked out.
Yeah, you've got your contract worked out. That's you're allowed to go off and do your adventuring as long as
I am no longer AWOL.
you're no longer AWOL. You're allowed to go off and do your adventuring as long as you report back with any interesting information about the Weshover Guild to your mom, because that's the thing. But about the time that you get this job, Vandal, you get a message from your mom.
Oh God, what does it say?
It says, I heard that your adventures are taking you towards Marsong. If you're there, please make contact with a Overguild boss by the name of Narmaz. Works for the Sunshaw.
Okay. Cool.
Out of character, what was that name again?
Narmaz.
Namaz?
I have put it into the chat.
Ah, thank you.
Do you share this at all, Vandal?
Probably about 5 minutes before we get into the system.
And with the crew or just with Vala?
No, with the crew. Oh, I don't think I've been able to get a hold of Vala. Vala's been very busy. This ship has never been so clean.
It is so clean. It is sparkling.
You could eat off the floor.
You could. I've probably done it.
Zemzo usually does too. Yeah.
Okay. So let me describe as you approach the system then. So as you approach the Marsong system, you can definitely see the Owen planet in the center of it. Even from here, you can kind of see that opalescent look to it, very similar to Vala's own crystals, with that kind of swirl of pastels that's pretty far in the distance. But the planet that you're coming across on, the one that you've been given directions to, is this lush, verdant green. It's this green dot against the black void of stars and the orange fire of the burn. And in all your travels so far, you haven't been to what you've been told, a jungle-esque planet before. You did kind of delve a little bit into the biosphere that the Collectorialist made in their tree home, but this is a new biome for y'all to be approaching. And Vandal, as you share this information about seeking out Narmaz, if you're
Very
here,
casually.
If you're here in the Marsong system. Well, that seems like such a familiar name.
Yes. If it were possible for Vala to act more awkward than she already was, she gets the crystal bead sweats, like just like from the temple, like
The things that, like, when they fall to the ground, make a little tink.
tink. Yeah. So, what does your mother, who was really nice and above board, what does she want with the essential over guild?
Well, Mother is, how should I put this? Not really given to share non-essential information.
Oh, yes. I don't know anything about that.
Are you well, Vala?
Mm-hmm. I'm just parched, Sometimes having a crystal mouth is hard when you get thirsty. I'm like constantly thirsty.
Should we have Max grab you a beverage?
Yes. Wait, no, I don't want to ask. That's not Max's job. I will get it. Vala like walks over to wherever we get drinks from.
You've got like the living area in the center of the ship, which
Great.
basically had like everything.
And I take it in my hand and I start drinking it and it's just like
It's like you hear the clinking of
Uh-huh.
like the glass against your
uh-huh.
Well,
Refreshing.
So if that's okay, we are here.
Mm.
If someone has a problem with that, I would love to hear.
Yeah, if anyone has a problem with that, they should probably speak now or forever hold their peace.
They wouldn't have to hold their peace. I would also accept conversations
Yeah.
after the fact.
Or,
I would-
yeah.
Love to have some conversations
The glass
after the fact.
the glass breaks and Vala's, oh yeah, I remember we got that on that shitty planet. Not very
Yeah.
good quality.
we could have Max clean that up.
No, I should do it. I should do it. I did it, so I should do it, and I will right now while we're still talking.
And we were going to prepare, but we will wait with Walala, and we will glance over with very confused eyes because we are not certain what we are missing. Are we missing something? We don't think so.
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
No, there's no subtext here.
No,
Nothing.
we are detecting
Definitely,
them.
like you don't have like the most oblivious crew members to this, and the one person that could pick up on this is trying to be sensitive.
Trying desperately to not get involved. Yeah, it's anyway, while we're here, we could use some cash if there's cash to be picked up, so
Mm.
have
We
to
think that would
replace-
be in our best interest. Argent is always beneficial, as long as we do not have to murder along the way. We believe that is best.
Oh, Captain, that's so sweet.
Right? Max said the exact same. We believe this is growth.
Growth, yes, good.
growth.
Mm.
Definitely not gross.
Are we ready to depart?
Oh, yeah.
Disembark?
Actually, I don't know that we should be entering the atmosphere with the ship in the condition it's in,
Do you mean it's too clean?
No,
Bleeding
no.
off the ground.
No, there's just this, thing, if we enter the atmosphere, the ship could explode. So I'm gonna work on it.
I could help you with that. I have some knowledge of how ships work. I know you've been refusing my request to allow me to help you.
Well, you're busy with your mother and, other, things. Your suits. Gotta press those all the time. Yeah, if you want to come, you can come. You can come help, maybe. If you
Cool.
wanted.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
We have things. The more hands make light work, right?
Yes! Oh, I would love it if I had more hands. You know, like
I
on
do
my
highly recommend it.
right, like on my body, hands on my body. I'd love that.
Let's get that work done, and then Captain Walala will let you know when the preparations have been completed.
Okay.
Oh,
We will.
all right. Yeah, okay. So Vala and Vandal are working on us not exploding when we go down, and the rest of us can just okay, bye. Like go back to my lab.
Okay, we will wait by the exit.
All right. So, you know, this is not the most awkward landing ever.
Well, we're not landing yet because the ship could explode at any moment. Kienna.
Uh-huh. Yes. Entirely the ship. It's the
Yes, just the ship.
Just the
Nothing
ship.
else.
nothing else.
So as we're like walking back to the engine room, I like look behind me to see if anyone else is around. Not that there are more than 3 other people besides the 2 of us on the ship. And then I like grab Vandal by the vest and pull them into the engineering closet.
Super cash.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
You're in the engineering closet. It's definitely small.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely smelled like oil
Mm-hmm.
and metal in here.
Wonderful.
Very romantic, clearly.
Yes.
The smells of engineering are incredibly romantic. You are
Everyone
correct.
knows this. So I have Vandal by the vest. And then we are very close together because it's very small in here and I'm a very big girl. Vandal,
Vala.
I am nervous about going to Marthong.
Okay, how can I soothe your nerves?
Marthong, I was like, kind of nerve, and then you say Sensual. And then the nerves, they increase. I feel very hot under the collar, you know?
I mean, it's a little warm in this engineering closet.
Oh, maybe
It's a great place. No, it's a great place.
I've just been in here a lot, so I guess I got used to it. Maybe it is that. Maybe I'm fine, actually. We could go.
No, it's fine. Let's.
Okay.
I really like you. Sorry, we were talking about you. So what makes you so nervous?
Oh, well, I'm less nervous now and more just confused. Not confused, distracted.
Distracted, you say?
Yes.
Ah.
Because I was thinking about how I was nervous, but now I'm less thinking about how I'm nervous, which is good.
Okay. All right. I really like you a lot. And I've been hoping to talk to you about how much I like you, but you've been very busy.
Why didn't you say something?
You were very, very busy.
Well, yes. I mean, that doesn't have to do with that. I mean, that was all very legitimate and not because of anything else, so.
I would not expect anything else. And when I very much enjoyed kissing you.
Oh, yes. That I did too. You kissing me, not me kissing myself. I don't even know how I would do that. Because I could practice on my arm. Or do like this.
Um.
No. not as enjoyable.
I'd like to do that more.
Oh,
As a general note.
Okay.
I'd like to exclusively smooch you and not other people. And I was wondering if you felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you know, I just didn't know if it was like kind of, and you know, in the moment, like emotional, like we're all about to die, maybe because there's a big ancient god thing in the other room.
I had not even been thinking about the potential death at the time, but I understand how that could be a concern.
Okay, well, yeah. That seems good to me, and I just wish I had known that you wanted to talk about that 2 months ago. I've just been, I've been doing so many tasks because I thought you maybe didn't want to talk about it, so I was just, you know, keeping busy.
I thought you were keeping busy because maybe you didn't want to talk about it.
Oh, no. I was keeping busy because I thought you didn't want to talk about it.
I should have just asked. You're right.
Oh, yes.
Sorry.
I'm very straightforward all the time and never hiding anything.
Never hiding anything.
I would never hide anything from my crew or my girlfriend. Is that... Do we like that? Do we want something else there?
Not really a girl, but
Right.
you know, we could workshop it. I like where it's going. Though.
Right. It's like the direction.
We're in the right place.
Right,
Yeah.
the path.
So you would be my girlfriend.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Okay.
Good. All right. So we'll work on
We'll
a word
work
that
on the
works.
label. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah. Cool.
What should I call you till then? I could just call you my friend. We leave out the first part, or my bud.
Pal.
I don't. We were already previously friends and buds,
Oh, right.
so it
Right.
wouldn't indicate a change of any sort in the nature of our relationship.
I guess I thought we were like workplace proximity associates before.
I considered you probably one of my best friends.
Oh, good. No, it was a very... You got to understand something about Elrons. Workplace proximity associates is very high rank in terms of relationships. We're a strange people.
You know, I'd love to hear more about your people.
Oh, you're going to.
Because we're in space above them.
Right.
And the ship might explode if we try to land?
Oh, no, only if I'm piloting it because I'm so nervous. Max
At
will
least you're
handle
not
it.
landing right on Marthon.
Right.
That's still a little distance away.
Yeah.
Still,
This is an
too
outer
close.
planet of the Marthon system. No biggie.
Is are you nervous about being? I'd be very nervous if we were going back home, because I specifically did not want to do that. So I would understand if you specifically didn't want to go back home.
Right. Well, you know, my people, they're very, isolationist. They don't like anyone to come in, and they don't really like anyone to go out, unless it's very necessary. And if you kind of go out, you know, and then they're like, you come back, they're like, oh, you couldn't take it, could you? Just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah, definitely the weird French accent that happened at the end of that there.
Y'all, this wig is so heavy, I keep having to pull it back.
It's so good.
Good.
It looks so good now.
It looks incredible, though.
Okay, I'll just look down like this. This is really helping. Good thing I have red hair. Okay. Yeah, so that's, that's what I'm expecting, like, Vela Celebrata, you could not handle it. Something
Well,
like
we'll
that.
just talk about how much of a hero you've been.
They don't really like heroes unless it's like a war hero. I don't really know, who they'd be fighting right now. Just, anybody who tries to come to the planet.
I mean, luckily we're just going to a moon.
Right, no, it's pretty chill, and, with the overguild stuff, maybe adds a factor, like, to the nth power degree of complication.
I mean, we, haven't pissed off this particular guild yet, I think.
No, we haven't. No. Mm-mm. No, we haven't. You know how I just, generally just don't like the overguilds? That's probably all this is. It's probably just overguilds, corporations. I hate them so much.
Yeah, bring them all down, but in the meantime, extort every piece of argent we could get from them.
Yeah.
Wealth redistribution.
Yeah, no, it's good. Very good.
I wish I could assure you that my mother only had the best of intentions, but that's probably not true. There's probably intentions,
Right.
for sure. I can't guess as to what they are.
Yeah. Who's the Narmaz?
Narmaz, do you recognize the name?
That name's really familiar to you, Vala.
Maybe vaguely. Just from, looking up information on corporations I hate. Because I hate them so much. Because they're bad.
They are bad.
They're bad. Yeah, this sounds familiar. So this was a good talk. I feel like we made a lot of progress. Now we can come out of the engineering closet and, be girlfriend and bud. Girlfriend and partner? That's, hey, partner!
I like partner.
Partners in crime, except opposite. Partners in good.
I mean, you're also partners in crime, let's be
Also
real.
partners in crime. In anti-corporate crime.
Yes.
And sometimes corporate crime. Before we leave this engineering closet, may I kiss you again?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I think we do that, GM.
Yeah, I think that happened. Sorry, I was looking for the right emote to happen. There we go. Cool.
While they were having their chat, can I
Yes?
have grilled Max about information for Narmaz?
Sure.
What role would you like for that?
Ooh, that's an interesting question.
This is
Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Let's go to
mental.
our scared to sheets. Actually, remember what these things are.
Knowledge?
Yeah, that feels like a knowledge roll.
Okay, it's my worst
First
one.
roll of the game. First roll of the game.
This is probably difficulty. It's not gonna be super hard because it's the web. It's the internet. It's corporate stuff. Oh, work.
Yes.
Somebody at my turn
We'll
again.
say difficulty 2.
2? Okay. I'm probably gonna fail it.
there you go.
I know
Hey!
stuff. I know stuff.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that makes sense, that this would be in Max's database outside of just, the web. Um, you have had a lot of dealings with corporations, and the Wicked Wallaby has also had a lot of dealings with, how does one say, not on the level people, people who are, smugglers, pirates.
The unsavory types,
The
the ones
unsavory
that really
type.
consider Zevzo incredibly charismatic.
So what information you know about Narmaz? So Narmaz is a Ronin like you. He works as part of the Sunshine Overguild, which is the overguild that is dedicated towards private security, basically. So most of their work is in bodyguard hiring and all that stuff, but they also do stuff like make all the weaponry that's involved there. Let's see, what else do I have about the Seneschal?
Zevzo loves Narmaz now just because of their involvement
they tend
with
to be
weapons.
hired by both governments as privatized police and wealthy people as private guards.
Oh, and they have money?
Yes, they're the largest. They're the largest arms dealer in Alaxis.
Okay, when Zevzo was just like 50,000 bugs, they would look up at a poster of Narmaz and be like, I wish I could be like you.
Yeah, so biggest arms dealer in the general arms trading is what Seneschal also does. And Narmaz is one of those weapon dealers. And specifically, what last little bits of information that you have about him is that he has a partnership with someone on Marthong, and is basically, if his partner stays on Marthong, he does the external work. Like he's the one that goes in and out to bring things in or take things out. So that's what you know about him.
Zevzo's so excited. After Max confirms, do we believe that this is the right individual, the right Rodan that we recall, Narmaz? And Max will confirm that, and then we're a buzz, literally and figuratively.
Yeah. So you know that. Cool. So, as your ship approaches the atmosphere, for this outer planet, which I have a name for this somewhere in my long ass Google Docs. Very prepared, as always. That's what I am. It's Zinsa, which is this, again, very small external planet. And as you get closer, you can definitely see, basically almost every single surface that you can see is covered in greenery. Even what bits of bodies of waters you can maybe see between all of the greenery is also tinted kind of emerald. It's almost monochromatic. It's just this such intense level of green that's around. And as you start to land, what readings you get from the readings that you get from Max and the ship is that this is an extremely oxygen heavy environment, which is great. Love that you can breathe in it. wonderful.
Whee.
But it's definitely higher than most planets you've been on before. Which similarly to humanoids here on Earth, hyperoxidation is a thing that can happen, which is it's not great for you if you're in a lot of oxygen for too long. So that's the whole thing. And as the Wicked Wallaby manages to find a somewhere between all this brush and trees to start to land, you realize that like all of the trees and greenery towers over you, having taken advantage of this oxygen-rich environment. And
Freedom.
that is very valid. There we go. I mean, that's still a great look. Look at that.
It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Natural hair is very nearly perfect, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Freedom. Okay, I'm here now. My head's not being squeezed. Yes.
That's very fair. And finally, so you can tell this, and you hear like low rumblings, and it's hard to tell whether it's something about the earth shifting, or just the large creaks of these ginormous trees as they shift, or something else. But you're here, and what you from your distance and from what information you had, you were given this very basic idea of where the daylight could be on this planet, but you saw no signs of them as you were approaching, and you're just making as good of an approximation as you can get here.
We are not certain the exact location that we should be heading. This is new to us, but rather exciting. Look at how tall these trees are. We could not even imagine wrapping ourselves around in one of these.
Doesn't seem like anything's on fire.
Yeah, that's usually a pretty telltale sign.
That's a pretty telltale sign. Right now things are seeming pretty like humid and wet.
Oh, I was literally gonna ask. I was thinking, is it dry or is it wet?
It's
Okay. If it's wet
Jess
and
is
full of oxygen.
Jess is asking the important questions. No, but it
Listen,
is.
I need
It
to
is.
know.
No,
I'm like,
I know.
otherwise
It is
I need a
important.
humidifier because I come from aquatic planet, okay?
I
Well,
know.
Lala is very happy right now, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And
I
then-
was really nervous you were gonna say it's full of oxygen and dry. That's too many bad. No, that's too many things there. Like
It does strike you as kind of weird that the daylight would be coming here.
oh.
Considering, they like things that they like their fire.
Yeah.
And this is a very green place. It's a very humid place.
Yeah.
This doesn't match the MO of what you've seen before. The last time you ran into them, it was on Cyprit, which is this, right on the edge of the burn. And the other time you've met them before, it was on a more arid, deserty planet.
Yeah.
So this is weird.
I mean, I guess they could be looking for kindling, but you generally want drier things because the closer something is to life and still having fluid running through it, the longer, that's just not going to spark very well at all. And then what's the point, really?
That is a very good point. Very, very good point. I think, Vala is just first little, tinks of crystal, fall on the ground, but it's dirt or grass, so it's quiet.
Yeah. Vandal is your first indicator of how humid it is, because
Just a cat person with snake eyes and a three-piece suit, with my hair and probably my short fur rapidly expanding.
We do feel heavier here. It's like there's a weight on all of us. We're not too sure. It must just be the humidity. One drop of water really weighs us down, you know? If we move a little slower than normal, please just be patient.
Great.
We all suffer the environmental effects.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like trying
just-
to quickly braid hair that's trying to escape into the atmosphere, you know?
I'm
And
just getting like prisms.
Yeah.
You know.
Reflecting off you.
Yeah.
just reflecting off.
So sparkling.
So sparkly.
All right. So, before you head out, Max, who is kind of just they kind of just casually, awkwardly stand in places because they don't get tired, so they don't have to like sit or lie down or anything. They just kind of just stand ominously in the middle of the ship that time. Yeah. I believe that it will be important for all of you to be returning within an hour. That is about as much as I believe would be important to not oversaturate your strange organic bodies. That doesn't GM Kienna be like, I don't know where I'm going with the sentence.
I mean,
No,
Max,
very
fine.
Max.
That's perfect.
Max
It's
is
very,
figuring out
very
his
good.
new body or their new body, you know? We agree, but Max, do you not understand how we have never accomplished any task that we have set out to do in under an hour?
Yes, I am quite aware of that fact. I am still
Okay.
giving you the warning.
Okay, we thank you.
Well, I can have the ship come pick us up. With
That is up
my
to you.
iPad.
You have that upgrade.
Their iPad. It's an iPad, basically.
I mean, at that point, wouldn't it be beneficial to drop us off at the nearest location as well then? But just like, but then I guess if we have to go exploring. Okay,
right?
sorry.
Yeah, no, we don't know where they are. I think is the problem.
Yeah, you know they're within like a specific radius of you. Like it would kind of like a here's where we think they are. Here's like a general like couple of like football sized areas together. Like just kind of it's somewhere here.
Can you Vala? Can you set the ship pickup to an auto timer of 1 hour?
Of course I can. And then I will forget about it, and I can't wait for it to arrive at a very bad time.
Yes, Kienna's making a note about that.
Yes, I do it.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Love this. So, you can all head out. Minus Max, because Max it's still tethered to the ship. And
Even
it's
though they
kind
have
of
a physical form.
and it's kind of necessary for the piloting system to work.
Fine,
And,
Max
uh,
doesn't need to come to any trouble.
Yeah.
Have we given Max a gun?
We do not think that is rational. We do not trust Max yet. Max has not shared their deepest, darkest
Giving
secrets
Max
much
a
like
gun.
we have.
Let's not.
Captain will make that decision.
You know, for when we're not on the vessel, in case.
Max doesn't even have a room yet.
Priorities.
Has Max requested a room?
No.
We have not listened if they have.
First priority, give Max a gun.
And then just give Max a room.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
It's definitely more important than giving them a room.
They can head into MI space if they wanted to.
Yeah, but an MI space gun isn't gonna help in, like, actual factual space.
Oh,
Can we craft an MI space gun?
you know, that's a role that's to be had that is probably very difficult.
Ooh,
Okay,
though.
cool. We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about
I'm packing my lab.
All right. So you are in this tropical forest. How would you like to go about trying to find the daylight?
I have a question. Mechanical
Yes.
question. Mechanical question for the GM. We still have our Nova points from last season?
Ooh.
I wiped mine.
Did you? Why would you say that?
For honesty, I'm playing
No.
Vala. I'm so honest.
I hate it.
What if we had one Nova point to like represent our growth, Kienna?
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I guess I won't echo pulse out to a mile's radius. Whatever. Like a cool,
I mean, I had
cool
3
ability.
Nova points the whole time.
Oh my word.
You're very good at collecting Nova
Wow.
points.
It's fine. It's
Like-
fine. It's cool. Let me just wipe everything.
Goodbye, singular Nova point.
Oh my
I really knew
goodness.
you.
Oh my goodness.
We loved you while you lived.
I was so ready to bite things again.
We worked so hard. I'm kidding.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
So we have 1, right? Yeah, just gonna put 1. Definitely.
Whew. All right. So, yeah. So, no, you do not have that Nova point right now.
Damn it.
It has been 2 months in game.
2 months that we've been using to better ourselves.
Yeah, but like I guess
So
I
much
could have
training.
used my Nova point to make friends.
No.
Thing I can do.
What?
Or
Really?
yeah, I have a thing called making friends. I can
Actually spend a Nova point to make a friend.
Yeah, this sounds fake. Is it
Oh.
really a friend or are you charming them?
it's essentially a soft charm, yeah.
Okay.
I was
I was
like,
like, that's just how you make friends in the Burn Bryte universe.
I also have social control, which you reduce someone's mental and social scores so that you
What?
can make better. You're just charming them with your presence.
super cat.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Gosh.
Okay, gotcha.
yeah. You know, are questionable as a species, honestly.
All of us.
It's so true.
Entirely sus.
So true. All right. So how are we doing this? What's happening? What are we doing? We're
Okay.
What is our method to
I'm
search?
looking over the rules right now, and I will be kind and benevolent, and all of you can have 1 Nova point.
Hey!
Yes.
I just
I mean, I reset my rolls and everything else. I was only gonna keep 1 Nova. It's fine. I won't do it.
1 whole Nova point. Yeah, I was just looking through. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Awesome.
I have. Hang on. I realized something.
Yes.
Hopefully a good realization.
For free and not a Nova point, I could do Echo. I have so many
Wow.
Echo abilities.
You just shamed me so hard for being honest.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
It's significantly lesser. It's only 50 feet as opposed to 1 mile.
Hey,
So I'll just since we're like leaving the ship, just to check our immediate vicinity for safety and well-being, as I know our great Captain Zevzo would want, always concerned with the safety of the crew. Like I look over at Zevzo with like big eyes, with many big eyes, because I have lots of eyes too.
Yeah, okay, so you do your first squeak. Squeak. And any creatures and objects within 50 feet of you. Okay. You do not sense any creatures in close vicinity to you.
That's fair.
What you do sense is you do sense something fairly large and long, as an object.
Tell us more.
God damn it.
Stop it.
The wit came out in the innuendo.
They're back.
Like, in what direction from the ship? Like, let's say we're all stepping off the ship and then, like, it's a clock. Is it like 12 o'clock? Is it like...
It's like 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Okay.
That way.
All right. I don't sense any people. I mean, that's a subjective term based on your understanding of... Anyways, so Over that way. And I point to my approximate, all my floofs get pointed towards this way. And I'm like, there's something alive-ish, long, kind of big.
Like
That way.
This big?
No, I think it's quite big.
Like this big.
It's feeling like about as long as the ship big.
It's
Would
like
it be another ship or is it alive?
It's not alive. You're pretty sure it can't be another ship because it's very thin.
it's weirdly okay, so it's really like long, you know, but it's not very like big. So, you know, like
those ships that we have seen on water? Water ships. The ones that aren't in space.
Oh,
We've never been aboard one.
inferior ships.
even
Inferior.
smaller than that. Like even like long like that. But then think
Alright.
even
Are there
Like
trees?
a thick rope?
yeah, is it
Are
like
there trees?
Is it
There
just
are
that
so
tree?
many trees.
I'm gonna
We're
climb up a
surrounded
tree.
by like nothing but trees.
Great, I'm gonna
and-
climb up a tree.
Okay, this tree's really big. Like
Nice.
I'm like, as I said, like basically in context, like a lot of these trees are within like the sides of apartment buildings or like stuff like that. There's several stories high.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you're just gonna casually start climbing this tree?
I'm going to put on my climbing gloves.
Walala looks over at Vandal, an actual cat person, and Walala, a climb anything person, and is like, yeah, that looks great.
Listen, hey, you
The
know.
vandal looks back at you like, let it happen.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go hang over a Vandal now. Like,
Do your climbing gloves give you anything, or does it
Yeah.
just? Okay.
Clawed hand coverings that help users
cool.
stick to surfaces. When you make a skill roll to climb while wearing the gloves, you can reroll any die you make on a check once.
oh damn, okay, that's pretty freaking cool then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually pretty solid. Cool. Yes, I need you to make me a. I mean, you get to bargain with me what it is. It's
I'll
probably
do
gonna be
athletics
okay. It's probably gonna be a difficulty 3.
all day. Pass.
Yeah. Okay. So it would have been very difficult without these gloves, mostly because the trunk of this is far beyond what you could hug onto because it is so big. But you managed to shimmy your way up. How graceful is this? Is this?
It's incredibly graceful.
Okay.
It's like athletic prowess. I probably take off my jacket, you know, before
Yeah.
I go up to, and I give it to Vandal to hold on to, and then I'm like, poof, poof, and it's just like crystal muscles, just.
Hell yeah.
The
Alright, so
the
you-
only thought in Vandal's head is that's my girlfriend.
Yeah. So you make your way up. How high are you climbing? What's
I'm trying to see if I can get to where I could see just a little further in the direction that we want to go. So I don't need to go to the top unless I need to go to the top.
yeah? We'll say you got a couple stories up, like, and as you look over in that direction, where Walala kind of pointed out, you see what looks like within the the greenery and the kind of mulchy, even the dirt beneath you is this kind of green tinge to it. You see white. You see in the direction this long bone?
Bone?
Yes.
I'm gonna take out my far goggles. Like I'm an old-timey explorer. I love this.
Yeah.
On the tree.
You're perched up on like a lower branch.
Yeah.
And yeah, that looks like a what would be perhaps a leg bone of some creature. But as I said, about as long as the ship. And you can tell it's quite white, as if whatever flesh had been on it at some point is completely gone.
Like that.
And I'll say, because you have your fur goggles with you,
Yeah.
you do see, like, along one of the edges, it's like a tinge of like crisscrossing scorch marks.
Okay. All right.
And you think if you keep looking in that direction, you think you see a few more of these bones just kind of like scattered. I see maybe a bib bone buried in some of the bushes over there. Again, all proportionally as large as this.
Okay, we're going down now.
We wonder, have you seen anything from there? Oh.
Oh wait, I have my.
Oh, right. Why are we shouting?
Captain.
We thank you.
Captain, I'm coming down. Everyone stay very quiet.
We will try.
Oh, so you don't want me to, like, scream anymore?
We wonder if that is no longer prudent. We don't know why, though.
Okay, all right.
will learn.
Well, just let me know, because I've got some other ones queuing up real good.
We look forward to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down now.
Yep. You're back together now.
Okay. I think at this point, I'll grab the jacket from Vandal, and then I'm going to trigger my armor suit that I have, that I've always had, and I just assume I wear, but just gonna. It's like, I feel like it's like oh, I don't know mecha things, but it like
Mobile suit?
yeah, like grows out from that, and it's still very tight fitting.
Of
Because,
course.
Of course.
Good, perfect.
Yes. Okay, so it's a bone.
We are unfamiliar with bones.
Oh,
Okay, so inside of me, at least,
yes.
I have
Oh,
a skeletal structure.
I could show you some pretty great photos of Vandal's bones.
Ooh. We think
So
that is
see,
very
are you
normal to
gonna pull up?
possess.
I mean,
Well, yeah,
I don't
see,
have any,
there's-
and you don't have any, but Vandal has some Vandal, you've got great, look at this bone structure, excellent density.
Ooh.
So you see, since I don't have an exoskeleton and I'm also not filled with liquid, I use these bones to keep me upright and three-dimensional.
Okay.
They're structural for support. Different species have different densities. For example, some flying creatures may have them to sustain them. However, they will be hollow or light on the inside to still sustain flight. Would you say the one you saw, Vala, was very dense? Would we assume like
Yes. This
a
is,
land-based creature?
I think so. If I had to guess, it also looks like there was no flesh on it, just squeaky clean and burns.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
so
I'm in
there's
the right place.
all right. Okay. So
We do
So
not know what to do with that information.
well, typically that, when a bone is clean, it means it's had a long time to decompose. However, the burn or scorching means that it could have happened very recently for all we know, and it just was exposed to extremely intensive heat.
Can we clean bones with fire? To clean all the meat off of them.
Well, then, I mean, yeah,
Tools might be necessary even if you get the meat off, because connective tissue has different. Don't deflesh me.
Oh, that was never. I didn't think. Captain, that wasn't the question, right?
No, it was not.
Okay.
We didn't know that was an option. Thank you for that consideration, though.
Don't
not
deflesh me.
consideration.
Okay.
New favorite quote.
Easily.
We wouldn't mind investigating this bone, but we do have a limited amount of time, and we must be cognizant. We are feeling rather heavy and weighed down from all the moisture still.
Okay.
We're like a squished wallaby right now.
You know, it's not so much the daylight I'm worried about, although I suppose they could have giant flamethrowers now.
Ooh. I mean, no.
Yes, that would be bad for them because we would take them.
Yes.
Can
Yes,
we
we
use-
agree.
Can we use our communicators to talk to Max on the ship? We'd be like, "Hey, Max."
Actually, and giving Max a communicator.
Okay, fair enough. That's fair.
Not on the to-do list for what we should do as Sergeant.
That's definitely one of the
Might be
next things we
number
should
one?
consider.
Yeah, we'll
Yes,
move
they
that
can.
to the top.
It is
Oh.
something that they can do. Most spaceships also have a unique ID number that can be used to connect a ship to a communication badge as well.
Ah,
go.
that's our. So we gun, then communication badge, or communication badge, then gun.
Communication badge,
Communication badge.
then gun.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I was just gonna propose, if we could have it's too bad we can't communicate with Max, because I was gonna propose that we ask them to scan the environs and make sure that there isn't something naturally existing on this planet that could do such harm and put us in such danger ourselves.
We can return. We wouldn't mind shaking off some of this moisture, throwing a towel on all
I
of
mean,
us.
you're about like 30
10
feet away.
feet,
From
Yeah, I didn't think about very far.
I guess we could.
Stepped out.
You know
just
what?
in the tree.
Knock, knock. Hello.
Max.
I mean, but we could also, we're already out here. We might as well use up our hour, right? And
Sure.
then
I'd like to take a look at this massive bone.
All right. Here we go.
Alright.
I will lead the way with my laser sword. Get things out of the way.
Yeah, and that is definitely a thing you have to do.
Yes.
You cut things out of your way. And most of it is it's not even like things that are catching at your feet. It's mostly things that are upper, just because of the sheer size of everything that's here. But yeah, you make your way to this scattered skeleton. Again, proportionally, this thigh bone was as big as the ship. And so each of these pieces that you can tell, you you'd be able to, this is probably a land creature of some form, and very large, but with such an oxygen-rich environment, makes sense.
can
It
I,
is weird.
it's weird.
I mean, it is weird how you also now see completely cleaned off.
How it's
It's
completely
scorched.
clean.
Yeah, and a scorch marks on, because in a such a humid environment like this, they would things would stick for a lot longer.
Yeah, it's really unusual.
What would you
The
like to do?
Decomposition just makes no sense.
Are there tool marks?
Ooh, are there tool marks?
Should I roll?
Percept.
Yeah, I feel like this is a roll. Difficulty 3.
Cool. I'm gonna argue that this is a perception situation.
This feels like a perception situation.
Cool. Difficulty 3.
Watch, this is gonna be the first fail of the day.
I'm excited.
No.
Approach the bone with your eyes closed.
Yay!
No, there are no tool marks on this.
That's more disconcerting.
Yeah, you just and as you know closer to it, you can see basically the one edge of it and kind of the underside, that's where the majority of the scorching is. The top of it, as in when you first kind of start to approach it, seems completely clean, untouched.
Okay, it's deeply disconcerting that there's no tool marks on this, but there is a lot of scorch marks on the bottom here. See, well, all that right down here.
Yeah, see, that's not at all how any sort of natural decomposition or even fire, had it happened naturally in this unusually moist environment, would then consume the body.
And just the flesh, and only mark the bones on one side.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've tested a lot of different kinds of decomposition, and like, that's just... Decomposition is truly fascinating. Your flesh is safe. I've never considered that for you. Don't worry. In fact, if anything, all my studying is to try and keep your flesh on your bones.
I appreciate that, Walala. I'm a little attached to my flesh being on my bones.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, no, I think everyone on the ship, you know, all the studying and research is to keep everyone as they are, preferably, or to reattach things if necessary. That's what all I've been studying for. That's, you know, I'm just preparing for all scenarios. I have something for everything. Anyways, yeah, you're right. This is odd.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it.
Is anything around here burned?
Oh yeah, is there a trail of like burnt? Like, is there a clear cut through with fire through this forest?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You know what I mean? You know how like Vala was clearing our path with the machete? Is there a fire machete path?
Is there a fire machete path? Okay. So at first glance, not really. Well, you haven't noticed at first. But as you start to kind of pick out, okay, there's that rib bone over there. And there's something else poking out over there. You are seeing scorch damage to these trees, but not at your height. At a much higher height, at least probably 50 feet above you. And it is leading in a direction.
Like a ship was low?
Yeah, in like a vertical direction or in a lateral direction?
In a lateral direction.
Okay.
So it's like 50 feet. There's this kind of.
Huh. Captain Marvel's been through here. I mean, legally distinct.
Legally distinct. Admiral. Amazing.
Admiral Amazing. Beautiful.
Alliteration. Honestly, amazing.
I mean, we've heard tell.
Mm-hmm. I could.
Oh, God.
Okay.
We would like to take a piece of this bone and bring it back for further studies. We would not do those studies, but we will let Vala. Walala. Vala, don't touch the bone.
You got it, boss.
Really?
Okay, so you want to chip off a piece of this bone?
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
Munch it off.
Oh, I'm taking out my medical kit and my science. I just double checked to make sure I had them in my inventory. I have a medical kit and I have a science kit. Well, I was excitedly taking it out, and so just bites off the bone.
We chew metal for hobbies.
Yeah, so you can absolutely get their bone.
Bleh.
Nom.
Some of us just hold the pieces.
Oh, that's great. Would you just put it into these receptacles?
Oh, yes, we can.
Oh, thank you. Put these away for further study later.
It tasted great. Nothing quite like some iron. Not even close. A little close, but not close enough.
You know, I don't think this is a really iron-rich environment, so I can understand how the creature might have been lacking in what you desire for your diet.
We do wonder if we chewed all the way to the center, would there be the smushy bits that you showed me in Vandal's x-rays?
It depends on how hot the fire that burnt it was, because those might be gone now, or it might still be there. That would actually be an interesting indicator of how hot this was burnt.
We would like to try. Would you
You're
like...
going for the bone marrow?
Yeah.
Is there still marrow?
Is there? That's what a wild fucking question to have in this game. There's still marrow in this bone.
Is there still marrow in this bone?
Okay, so you spend time
Okay.
just non-mouse. Okay.
I'm not eating it. I'm just like, I mean, I'm eating some of it because I get hungry. But I'm trying to like, you know, I gave the bone pieces to Walala, and I'm just gonna kind of chomp my way through some of
It's
them.
kind of like
Some
this
us are eating
really
some.
gross, like shrapnel of bone that's happening here because you're doing this. You're
Is
fine.
the only person here who has bones, maybe?
Sorry,
Vandal is disconcerted.
Yeah, I'm just realizing that I don't think almonds have bones technically because they're made out of crystal and are therefore somewhat rigid. And we have Walala, who's just a jellyfish. We have Zepso, who's bugs. So yeah, Vandal is the only one with bones. So you start to delve into this very large bone. And as you get to the center of it, there is no marrow.
We'll kind of pull ourselves out and like, I want to like wipe our tongues so we are all us. So there's just like, again, like just a convoluted like mess. So we lose our wallaby shape for a second and we're trying to like blah, blah. And then we take our shape again. We did not find anything squishy on the inside.
Fascinating.
Is it? We do wonder.
For such a large bone, that would require intense heat.
Is this like radiation heat?
Oh, how do you feel right now, Zozo?
I mean, fictional fantasy radiation. You know, like it doesn't affect you unless you like touch it.
Okay.
Do you feel like
someone
you could become the next Admiral Cosmos?
Oh, we feel
Are
like
you-
glow.
Are you Monica Rambeau now?
Can someone can make me some form of knowledge?
Oh, can I do it? Can I do it?
Go
Okay.
for it.
Do it.
I haven't gotten to do a knowledge-based roll yet this time. So am I looking at, because I feel like it would either be medicine or knowledge.
I mean, it's up to you what you argue for. They'll give you sort of different answers here.
I mean, it is canon of the story that Walala has extensively studied all their shipmates and knows exactly how they should and would be. And so I feel like they would be able to very quickly to like take out some scanners and be like,
Okay, so this is going to be difficulty 2.
okay. Medicine. 2. It's a T12! It's my highest!
Wow.
Wow.
That's a
Okay.
fail.
Okay. Does that failure prompt feel right to you?
That's fine. I'm gonna have to study you some more later, Zepso.
We are not entirely confident in your methods. You
No,
just
that's-
wave something around us, and some of us that causes us to shiver. Why?
Oh, I was trying to do an analysis, but you know, you're kind of hard to analyze on the ship. You're always, you know, very busy scurrying in many pieces all over the place, and that could be a bit difficult. If I could ever have like some volunteer parts of yourself to study, I would better be able to, in the future, tell whether you are well or ill or changed in any way from radiation or heat or such environmental factors. But at this time, and I like smack my tool, like it's not saying anything really.
Yes.
It's
As you're smacking your tool, the rest of you.
I've lost faith.
sorry.
The rest of you watch as Walala smacks their scanner. And you watch as like the screen kind of blitzes a bit with each contact. But even as they lift up their tentacles, that blitz or static seems to linger. And you hear this. How does one almost sound of static? Loud and sharp.
From the device or,
Yeah, or
all devices?
From around you.
Oh.
Ship,
Sick.
ship.
And as you are standing here by this phone, a creature?
No.
Creature.
Mm-mm.
I don't know if that's the right. A
You could pick
mass of lasers
No!
and a strange, almost form of a mouth and head, and in almost unformed pieces. A laser beast appears.
Sick.
And that's where we're gonna end our first episode
Yes, get us lasers. Fight the
of
laser beast.
Against the Stars. Season 2. Yeah,
Welcome
surprise!
back, everyone!
There are laser beasts. It's totally fine.
It's so beautiful too. Like I don't know where its head is. Like where do you pat?
Don't thank you, Pat.
Don't pat it!
Yeah,
Okay.
patting's bad.
How do we think laser swords work on a laser beast?
You know, that's a very good question that you'll get to find out next week.
Well, I hope it makes lightsaber noises.
Yes!
Okay.
Whee!
Let's go around. Say hello to all of our wonderful people. Tell us who they are, where we can find them on the internet, all that good stuff. Favorite part of today's episode, now that we're back here for season 2. Let's start off with B. Hello, B.
Hello. I have been B Zelda. You can find me on Twitter as @B_Zelda, @ an extra underscore if you want to follow me on Instagram. I'm a podcaster, streamer. I exist on the internet and I do stuff. I've got that down to a science. Gosh, okay, hold up. My favorite, there's many moments. But for one, having the ability to eat some bones and then just like Vandal's passive but still kind of reactionary panic of please don't debone me, or please don't just don't be able to skin off of me.
Deflesh.
Deflesh, that was the exact term. I loved that. And then just Vandal and Vala's incredible awkward security closet engineering moment. I'm just like, I got to like hear the beeping and like them trying to talk really closely and being like uncomfortably sweaty. Like that was just everything to me.
Awesome. Let's go over to Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam. I play games on the internet sometimes. I'm a photographer and I read tarot. You can find me on Twitter at @Undomiel, and I'm going to be trying a new scheduling on my new website for my tarot reading.
Hey.
SamUndomiel.com. I got very busy this week.
Hell yeah. That's exciting.
So you can check that out. Find me on the places. Let me read for you. It'll be fun.
All right. And let's go over to Jess.
Hi, I'm Jess Go _JG in pretty much all the places online. I'm a queer Canadian variety streamer. I do lots of different video games and tabletop role-playing games. I've been highlighting a lot of indie games recently. I'm also one of the co-producers of Roll20's Indie Showcase, along with the wonderful, amazing B Zelda, where we highlight different indie TTRPGs every week with a different cast every week. Upcoming next week is going to be the Excellence, an Excellent Princess game. I'm currently, asking the designer if I can be a princess. I don't want to It's a secret. That was me hiding it as a secret.
That's what that was?
I'm a swear princess. Oh my god, now I want to do that. I'm gonna ask the designer, but anyways, so yeah, my favorite part was also the please don't deflesh me. It's just I don't know how anything can beat that. That was just the best moment.
Don't deflesh me is gonna be the new bonding thing.
Don't deflesh me. And like and how unhappy Kienna was with us for wanting to see if there was marrow inside the phones was also very good. So thank you so much for that.
Today was not a day I was expecting to think about that.
Yeah.
But here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Lauren, hello.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm that salty ginger on Twitter and the salty half of this channel. Stuff I want to plug includes our horror actual play podcast with Off the Table. It's called Missing Annie Lee. You can find it on all the places where you get podcasts. It's a story told in 2 parts with 2 different GMs and some recurring characters. If you like things like Twin Peaks and It, I really think you should check it out. I think you'll like it a lot. We use the Fear Itself system, and it's really good. Otherwise, you can find me here on Saturdays at 9 a.m. Pacific, running Masks of Nyarlathotep. This Saturday, it will be officially 1 year since we started the campaign, and it's obviously pretty damn good because we're still going strong and we still love it. So if you like horror on the epic cosmic scale, come check that out. Saturdays at 9 a.m. And I'll have another announcement soon, but I'll put that on the Twitter. Very exciting, very exciting. Yes.
Yes. And I'm Kienna. I was your GM for today. You can find me over on Twitter at Kienna S. Best way to figure out what I'm doing. I do a lot of stuff. I'm mostly here on the channel, though. I'm one of the players in that Master Nyarlathotep campaign. So come hang out with us over there. I'm guesting over on the Three Flings this Friday. I am a purple space themed tiefling barbarian. So if you want to see that, more space stuff involving me, that's a great place to find me.
Tiefling barbarian. I'm 1000% on board for you for this.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, yeah. Just to close out on things, thank you again to everyone who supported the Tiltify campaign for Code 2040. Again, all of that goes directly to an amazing nonprofit that supports Black and Latinx activists and people within the tech community, giving them the resources that they need to succeed at what they do. Of course, thank you again to Roll20 for co-producing with us. They are the publishers of Burn Bryte as well. We literally would not be able to do this without them, so please go check them out. They are a virtual tabletop of choice. They're wonderful. As well, again, thank you to our sponsors, Dice Envy and Gwen and Coffee Co. Go check out their links, get some dice and or coffee, and get them for more money off. It's great. Last couple of things. Make sure to check Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. We not only announce when we go live with things, but also we unlocked the faction poll for this week. So go and vote on that when it comes out, likely tomorrow. And you can decide which factions are getting ahead in their schemes, of course. Please, if you ever miss an episode or want to rewatch one, we got a YouTube channel. We upload to our YouTube channel, Salty Sweet Games, but you also upload to the Roll20 YouTube channel. So go subscribe, like, comment on both of them because we both put out awesome content. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think I covered everything. So we're gonna go and sign off for now, but we'll see y'all next week for another episode of Against the Stars if we face off a laser beast.
Wait, bye everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye.